The Nottoway people, how we found them? Well, for those people that never heard it, it's like this. As Anishinaabe, we were told to move inland in our prophecy story. And so we did. It's called the 500-year journey. And then we came along St. Lawrence River. And there was other kind of Indians there, other kind of natives living there. So they were hiding in the bush. And then we would walk through this narrow path to get to the other side of St. Lawrence. And we stepped on their fingers, on their hand, one of those Iroquois. We stepped on their hand and they said, yeah, like that. And then once we lift our foot off their hand, they said, whee! So all their songs begin like that now. They go, yeah, yeah. And then when the song is done, they go, whee! So that's how we met the Mohawks. That's just my version.
I was gonna say, did you come up with this, or?
Yeah, that's just my version. Oh, I won't be allowed in Six Nations again for a while. I won't be allowed at Iroquois.
You just order online.
Order online.
Yeah.
Order online. That makes me think of sitting on the clothesline when we were kids. We would sit on the clothesline and balance ourselves on the clothesline. You never did that?
No.
That's the kind of fun we had when we were kids.
Sounds very dangerous.
And my brother used to put his kids in a bucket on the clothesline and push them all the way down to the end. And my little nieces are just hanging on the bucket. Eh? Oh boy, that's what you got on Anishinaabe fun. We couldn't afford those swings, so we had to use our clotheslines or whatever. Okay.
Wait, before we start, someone was asking me today how to say family. Is it do dem? Because I found a different translation.
What was this, the other translation?
No. It's, what I found was Negodoe on Gizing.
It's like all of us are one. All of us are at one. But Dodom is family, and Dodom is also clan. It depends on what Anishinaabe you talk to. We were just talking about this today, about the old language, how we use the old language, and some of those words we still use, and some of those words are those items or things are not done anymore. So nobody hardly ever uses those words anymore, but we still have to keep them in mind. We still have to put them on record that this is how they used to say it. Like the word swallow, that bird swallow, that's a Zhaabwiitoo'daa. We call that bird southern bird, Zhaabwiitoo'daa, southern bird for the swallow. And one other bird. Now I don't know what yakshe means. Yakshe is a seagull. On deck is a crow. Shiship is a duck. Nakuk is a goose or peach kise. We say nakuk, nakakuk. The geese flew over. Yeah. So yeah, we're just talking about that today. But there's new words that came out with all the new inventions, which a lot of old Anishinaabe sat down and they showed these inventions to this Anishinaabe, and they would describe it. And that's when what they describe is the word we use today, like the word shiship kick, which means duck pail or duck pot, which is the teapot. Because when they first brought the teapot, it was shaped like a duck. So the shiship kick. Same like jibakwe kick, cooking pot, jibakwe kick. And when you ask jibakwe, it's more of a ceremonial term. Nazan is your daily term. Gam nazan gukushweas. You can't say ngajibakwe. You can't say that. Nim nazan gukushweas or gim nazan gukushweas. I cooked picnic meal. Josh, send me a text that some lady, you are my sunshine. How would you sing "You Are My Sunshine" in Anishinaabe? Could you sing that in Anishinaabe? And he texted me the words. I haven't looked at it yet. I just got home. We went out for supper. So yeah. So I just got home. Guess what we ate? I took a picture of it.
Steak.
Hey, cool. Yeah, it was awesome. And then I wrote on the thing, I hate people that take pictures of their food.
Mala.
What?
I seen that posted somewhere. I think it was the Early On Center with Susie Marie posted the writing of "You Are My Sunshine."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I sang what was written there.
Yeah.
And I recorded it and I put it on Facebook. I can send that to you if that helps.
You can send me anything. I don't care. I'll read it, and then I'll just say, okay, this is how I do it. How I do it. How I say it. And a person like Josh will say, "Oh, me to go get." And Randy would say, "Nah, not me. Guy we need. Been to walk in the forest. Need to get English. I'll write everything. I must be Ojibwe, because Ojibwe's were the keepers of the scrolls. They were the writers. They were so Odawa were the traders, and Potawatomi were the fire keepers. So my grandsons, they're all three. My grandsons, Joe and Shuki, their dad is Ojibwe, and their grandfather and mother are from the Odawa and Potawatomi tribes. And my ex-wife was French Canadian, so she was French. So and Wemtugushi in French. And my great-great-grandfather was Irish. Red Butterfly, they called him, because he had red hair and red beard. So he was a leader in the community back in the day. Okay, I'm going to see what this says. I'm trying to say, that was awesome. Okay. Yes, for sure. Okay. Now, I'll let Randy do a little bit of talking, and I'm going to set up what I'm going to teach. Now, George, gego kidin gego tapinapke. Gego tabatten. Nisha jegda nanda. Gego tabatten. Bobby told me I'm going to make you gego wikidin. Ash wego gdekdisi. Nisha the Bobby get the nendum. I was again Nisha Babichnia. I go quick. No, Gina stood missing again. I wish you told home on that tech.
Dutch, gdy on do de gosla.
I can no dago see Judge. Habaka. Unmute yourself, Judge. You're muted.
Spemingo de temgo de.
Magadan na pagkatong screen on dagoin. Kaya non dago sige gitin. Magadan na pagkatong sa tego kay Jones. But you're gonna be gonna go.
Naha megosa epich tat ma ba. Epichi kang we sak nang we non doing. Pigi gdat na gad batal. Wabangeshep ni maji da banik. Wabangeshep. Mem to okay in the shadabanik. Wabuan skimat got kan ni maji don. Minash na skikino no gen kazot. Wabuan nash na kadewe emergency blanket. Gego need to go don jebin jeng. Minash na digi ga we bagay bangi na mago gimiong. Basic na ta sense ni maji don bishwim na kaya Minash Kodens. Ni winigi jek dish new kadeke.
New good.
New good. Ni nam. I shesh na kadege. Basic ni swe ni win nana gishgak.
None good.
Na ndadbishka.
Oh, shushed.
Midish manda pi nam. Jashgo nam. I nick Jashgo. Na nishtena. Shashank swe. Gigabit na bo we nam. Jimshke ke minam na kwe. Midish pigi mach ta mandap kedekya dbishka. Nash. Do mi go chen ma. Gasheba. Gubun go negi madze. E mach ta ambapi. Mish gin bopa. Mish go yabjita pi dbishka. Do mi go chen mash ma wo ngashe. Mignage ni. Ejenam. Eje mi gwechen ma mande dadzuin pi gijeb dagba. Guy we yakzia gashtiga kundostigesi guy bebagi shkoi bisi yabe. Guy ye na bando isnesi guy mbabito sin tadon astakoi min go. You know, guy mbabito sin joniani bda wivo gashtiga dek. You know, guy gandak bashge masik wivo pagjaga zot. You know, guy we house no the bishkang. Migo chen mat o gashe giatin gila kiwa giatin gigaigize pi endazia panesh gundu migo chen dale panega mishmande welin kya mirish wabung kishe majida ban go migo wabung kishe mach ta up kide kya abish guje sha indigo dishko zeg zogna ko eken mod mandenen kya zam den apne mina kokdon sundapnan zeg zog shkandag ngujo win bon o de mem troke ge gogna dam mesheb nonch ko mon pise gen dagot mikdang en dang kujing bab siamba piste sho de mem troke den akshkat ka go gogen je zeg zig bandela mise be welen kya mireshna get well gain mun number any we can oma gege mi go chen mic na grong gashe no gegi na ishen emazit magego gan bogu ka wego stigeng manda abjugo nishen manda abje gegi ne gna ninin gna gegi au yin ich bin manda stigeng mandak sa kweo kom da la gandak ma berish gdu mi go chen ma gashe minash maba Raja mibzit the big geese moshkin no kmis shnakan anandam mi go chen mago ge minash mabash kakmakwe to mi go chen mago ge maba ich bin abjistigeng manda mi segonda koyok skuzi ogandak non chgodo skuzi ok yap gmina na kina kikno mago me we shagnash Zhaabwit shagnash ne mandajlagze nin jinda we go min do ni gani kin kabzan do jem kedok segondag ninok mi shagnash ka bi do jinda kinish go gegi ne eshkam gdanish ya me ich bin gebid ni min manda shagnash ya zwindish na kadar mi ma ba kwe nishabe kwe shkuga ba ma ba abjugo giatem shkuze ich bin abjet taing in minakno moing gandak shknik shak mi genige kidia kam mezlen ne moiga yap shu ngap skabi
Aho.
Now,
Aha.
miigwech.
Ah,
Nash.
Nigoji cares about the money.
Ken Nishina. Mutebo Motogo. Kuok. Upanegi Nigan Zook, we go, I mean, we got Nenegi Nigan to see. Quack can I go, amigo? Nina, can I go up or panad it?
Because sen men so male we jagna shim tad man got battama with sustamot. You know, and the garden eken zod gakidia.
Guinean done. Now it's getting Makwan done. Stata with the Beshka Nichke and the na. Quack wouldn't got in dine. FedEx, now but a cousin.
English, Judge, Kim Jimen Dalna Kinagakidia.
No, ha. Kina quid about Tan Chagnash among judge.
Oh,
She say got you one ago. When I got say got you one. Cook say go, she couldn't get on in.
okay. Randy asked me to translate this, so I'll translate it roughly. Randy's going to go on a fast. He'll be gone for 5 days. He'll be gone way out there. He'll be fasting. And he'll be thanking the women. He'll be thanking the moon, the grandmother moon. At one time, he says the way we are now, the Anishinaabe man is starting to be the boss of the house. When at one time it was the Anishinaabe Kwed that was the leader, that was the head of the household, that what the man listened to. And it was always been that way. But in over a due time, the man started overpowering the woman. So and it's that Jaganash that's always been like that. And the Anishinaabe man is starting to be like that in that Jaganash way to be the leader of the house. So Randy is going to have a birthday in 5 days.
No, in 1 day.
Oh, in 1 day. And he said that his mom suffered for a long time when he was born. He's thankful that he's here, and he's thankful for his mom too. And his mom left him a lot of gifts that she taught him. And but he'll miss us all. Randy will miss everybody here, that he'll be gone for 5 days. And people out there right now, since Randy's taking medication for blood circulation, heart circulation, people out there are afraid of Randy, something happening to Randy out there in the bush while he's fasting. And Randy tells everybody, it's more dangerous when I'm around the house, on the roads here. It's more dangerous out there for something to happen to me, rather than being out there fasting out in the bush. But he'll be all right. I know he'll be all right. So that's a rough translation that he talked about. Randy.
That's pretty rough, and it's pretty accurately rough.
Yes.
Ki rough a bit on.
Rough.
Ki rough a bit again. Ki rough matawas.
Yeah.
A perfect example of the old words and the new words were used here today. Randy said, 4 days. And Judge says, gun, which is also 4 days. Judge used the old language, and Randy used the new way of how we talk now. That's what I say. We're people like Judge and Randy and myself. We still know a lot of old words from our parents and grandparents. And Jot is one of the people that know more old words because he hangs around old people. Because he likes bingo. Just kidding.
Um,
Just
I,
kidding.
I'll talk about my mom getting Nagasheba. Nagasheba left me when I was really young. She left she left this world when I was really young. But the thing I remember when I was small, my Nagasheba Gibamanik Kenum Gojem Nagasheba. My mom took me around all over the place, but it was those Chinchnabek, those ancestors that couldn't even speak English that she took me to. Giskininok, Giskininok, Gibamman, Gok, Mino, Gimanjidok on the Chinchnabek Wepi. And at that time, she took me to those old medicine women and the old medicine men and these elder gatherings that they used to have. That's where they took me. And I remember one teaching, I was sitting on the floor with another little kid, and these elders are sitting all around us. They're sitting in the circle. And we were told to organize these little giblets of corn, all different kinds of corn now. And every one of these giblets of corn, the color of those corn represented something. And right from the community, they said it was over 200 years old where they started doing these giblets, these corn, organizing these Anishinaabe corn, right to the last names like Jawana, Bisane, and all these old names. They had meaning, even deeper meaning back then. And who was the medicine man out of that Jawana family? Who was the medicine woman out of that family? We separated those little giblets of corn.
Wow.
And right down to the animal clan of that medicine woman or that medicine man of that Jawana clan or that Bisane, family. And my family is Bisane. Right down to the animal and the relation of that animal, even if there was a little different color of that corn, a little faded color of that corn to that other connecting animal of that clan, they named that. No. Well, back then I heard it was Gemak Khan for the clan. But the Gemak Aikni Nawa. Gemak Khan is that he's the one that leads you. He's the one that guides you. And that's where I heard the word for Gemak Khan, for the clans, the animals, the spirits. I think that was one of the greatest gifts that my mom left me. Got me Nagasheba, but my late mom gave me was visiting those people at that time when I was a small child. But I remember all those old people. I remember those names of those people. And when I try and name those people today, today's elders say, oh my God, George, it's been a long time since I heard that name. What does that name mean anyway?
Gemak Khan. Gemak Khan. Gihitna.
Gemak Khan.
Gemak Khan.
Gemak Khan.
Yeah.
That's because it was those old ladies, those old medicine women that said that. And those old medicine men said the same thing now. Now, more in recent time, that's when I started learning Anishinaabemowin, Minado King or spirituality. Back in early 80s, that's when I started hearing Dodem. But previously to that, Dodem came from totem. And that's what BC people say for the totem pole. But they have those animals there, the bear, the beaver, whatever. And the very top Gemakan is that eagle no. He's the very top. Because I think we all know that why he's up there, that eagle. But back then, that's what those Anishinaabeks, told them. That's what they used to say. That's what I first heard. Told them now, Nickek. Then it slowly started to change to Dodem. I don't know why. Maybe it's more simpler to say. Manjidik, Guinea. But when I started learning spirituality later on, the ceremonies and that's what they use. That's the word they use today. Is that no, do them no. But it at that time it was Gemakonic when I was brought up.
Dodum Kidok Nunga, Nageni Gishiken down the Gima, any gun zit. We any gun zit, the Bishkona Kundak Wessi, Nigan Zokshen, Brenshi, Margaret Wessi, we are Yakushe, any gun zit. We can always go Mingan, Mingan Nukla, the Yashe, but Chimangan, any gun zit. Win Mawage Ukna, Kom that, win go, Mina Wintam, Wisne. Naha, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Knowledge there, Judge. Me watch for that.
Gababongima pende, Basic dish would not. Chiwi in Gawomogaba, Chiskin and one of those old men that I seen, that medicine man. He had cataracts, nothing but pure white eyes. You couldn't even see the what do you call that? The inner eye color. It was all white na
Pupil.
When he named them. I thought he was all blind, but he acted like he was blind, the way he moved his head around. Oh, Anishkini, Ani Guisans, Kiradashmaba. Ah, Nani Buin. He said, "Hello there, little boy. I see you standing in front of me." But he scared me he scared me at that time just by his look, because nothing but pure eyes, pure white. I thought, he had that cataracts and what we call cataracts. But back then he says, "Oh, maban doge makanik, maban megon doge makanik na. We wop mugui. Mi maba no more shit ni woman nausea." He says, "This is my clan animal that's showing me that you're there, standing there. I see you," he says. So it was through the power of that animal, his spirit animal, that gave that vision that he could see me standing there. That's how powerful we used to be. Didn't them geniko?
It is true. They boy, yeah. Give much go to Yokuna Anishinabek. Give me the guys Anishinaabe see. We not the market when muds. The animal was given to the Anishinaabe to help him live. God then Wessi Kignona Anishinaabe. Some of the animals spoke to the Anishinaabe. Kidok Kina Sapta Mekwa. They said that we used to understand each other. Kina Saptoana Wessi, if we understood the animals. Long time ago. Shkamatkamagak when land began. I thought one of the sayings is Nanabushu Manaya Maingan, they were the best friends. They were given friendship. and they were given the job of walking the earth and naming everything in our creation story. We and then they had to let each other go. They had to part. And they were told, "Nasap kashamadzap kinmino maingan." You guys will live the same life, you and the wolf. And it is true today. When you see the wolf, you see him in packs. They don't roam free as they used to, just like we did. We lived in the woods and we don't roam free like we used to. We're contained to an area. Nungo. We are Madzot Anishinaabe. That's how Anishinaabe live. And Mainganak and the wolves. Okay, I'm going to share my story with my grandmother and my grandfather, Alois Ba, Lassiba. The late Alois and the late Lassi. I didn't know what their names were. But we used to slaughter pigs. We would slaughter a pig once a year. And my grandmother, could she ever move? Because we had to corner that pig in the corner and kind of bring that pig down. We would tie him in some way. My grandmother would come with the mokuman, with the big knife, and stab that pig right in the throat. And she would have a pail, and she would catch all that blood in that pail, all that blood. So after she did that, then the pig died. And then we made a great big thing of boiling water in a 45-gallon drum, and we had a trolley to pull the pig up and then dip it in the thing and then shave it, then shave the pig. And then my grandfather would cut up the pig. Then me and my grandmother and the mother and my aunts, we would make blood sausage. Nuggish, we call it nuggish sausage, nuggish. And we would make that. We would make one coil, ekunishing, ekutsing, 2 coils, 3 coils, and then we would drive all around Wiki to sell the blood sausage. And my grandmother, my Nokumis, would say, run to that house. The taco gets condemning, knock on the door. Go ahead and we ask them if they want to buy some nuggish, some sausage, blood sausage. The taco gets condemning. Honey, na nuggish na kugish na dona. Some sausage that you guys want to buy. Anishmnik, how much is it? And then Godin Kobe sing one round, Bishogobik, and then Nishobik, Sobik, every turn goes up $1, every one that you want. Naha, Medicina Gina Potomada now. I ran back to the car. No miss. We each the donana, do they want to buy it? I go, sweat Kobe sing. 3 times rolled around. Naha, Sobik, $3, Sobik. You might be up in the mud, Nugish, put on we going. Then I went to the house, and then they would Sobik, I think you have to give me $3 for that nuggish. So I went back, gave my Nukumis, the junior, the money. So we did that a long time. Everybody knew who I was, going to every house around the whole reserve, asking if they want to buy blood sausage, where my grandmother would make it. So years went by, and I'm in Toronto. I was younger then. In Toronto, and I was partying with some friends of mine one night. And one guy, his name is Donnie Sinway. He goes to me, Mala. I go, wow, Kinnago, is that you? He goes, huh? And he goes, oh, Nuggish boy. He called me Nuggish boy because I used to go around with my grandmother, sell Nuggish all over the reserve. So he called me Nuggish boy. That was a good joke. That was funny that night. Keep them down. It was fun. Oh, naha, Onishma PA yat Windy, you will be windy, bit of shit, honey, Windy. Onishiabe. Madasa Shinish, Madasas basic Matas will be Matas for the Yauk. Basic. Naha, good cake, Kanumage Gina Getta. Gabana, I don't know what you call it. Okay, Nishkemanda, look at this. Mandani object cousin now. This white thing that I'm going to write on. Oh, yeah, that's the size I want. When you want to say something small in Anishinaabe, let's take the word wigwam. Wigwam. Everybody knows what wigwam is, right? Huh? What's a wigwam? Is it corn? Is it a river?
It's
Is
bread.
it a
House. House.
Oh,
House.
house? Wigwam.
House. House.
Yeah. Now I want to say little house.
Wigwamis.
Ooh, wigwam. Yes, yeah, cool. Okay. The advanced students, do me a favor. Shut up.
Mala.
I'm just kidding.
So
Little house,
mean.
wigwam, yes, little house. So this ending right here, this is the most popular ending for the noun, for the nouns that we're going to use. S.
I'm never gonna speak again, Mala.
Who, you?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Just be
sandwich.
quiet.
No. So S is one ending, and that's one of the popular ones. S. S. We go S. Now I'm going to write a sentence. Whoa. Okay, I'll write it. Oops. Ningi Wamdan. I'm going to put a color to it. Ningi Wamdan Bejik Ozawa. Oops, I forgot my Z. Ningi Wamdan Bejik Ozawa Wigomes. Okay, Wanish Ekadan. What am I saying? Wanish Ekadan. What did I write here?
I have seen one little yellow house.
Yes, I have seen one little yellow house. I have seen one yellow little house. Little house. What the bologna sandwich? Little house. Oh, mouse. My glasses. I got bifocals there on it, so I can't. My H is just above the N. There. I have seen one yellow little house. So that's one ending there. Ness. S. Well, that's one ending. Little. S. It's one of the endings. S. So I'm going to use another ending. Another ending is os. So there's a couple of changes you have to make in this word. I'm going to use the word. I'm going to use this word dopwin. Dopwin. That's table. Now, how would I say little table? How would I say little table? And that's the ending for it right there. That's the ending for this noun.
Topuenas.
Dopuenas? Dopuenas? Who said that? Did George say that? Josh?
Ka gayeni.
Josh, kidna.
Ka.
Ka.
Oh, they're pointing at Jolene.
Oh,
They're pointing.
Jet Sea Court. Dopuenas. I was waiting for someone to say that so I can say ka. You have to drop the IN. You have to drop the IN and say deux points. Deux points. There's only a few words like this. Deux points. Same with noggin. You know a noggin, right? Noggin is a what?
A head.
Plate.
What? Yeah, somebody said a head.
Judge.
Hey, Hey, I heard Bugs Bunny say that a long time ago when I was
Bugs
a kid.
Bunny?
You're noggin.
Oh, I got hit in the noggin. That's
Yeah, I heard Bugs Bunny. I'm gonna hit you right in the noggin. Ikadabaniwa.
Bugs Bunny now. Okay.
I thought Bugs
Oh.
Bunny knew Anishinaabemowin at the time. I said, hey, Bugs Bunny speaking Anishinaabemowin, geekit.
Noggin.
Ah,
Noggin is a plate.
Plate.
So now I want to say little plate. What would I say?
Naga.
What would I say for little plate? We're still using the same ending here.
I heard somebody say noggin.
Nogons.
Nagans.
Ah,
Yeah,
you go.
but this one you can also say naganas. Naganas. I think you can say that too.
Me go noggin.
Nagas, okay, Nagas, only Nagas. What Josh said, only Nagas. I'll listen to Josh because he's a very knowledgeable Anishinaabe. Today only.
I heard somebody say noggin.
Nagas.
Ah,
Who said Nagas?
I heard somebody say noggin.
Today?
Noggin could be like an old beat up old plate. Noggin.
Get 10
Noggin.
Nagans. Get 10 Nagans is an old plate. Get 10 Nagans is a very old plate. Very old plate. Very old plate. Get 10 Nagans. So, Shkinagas would be a new plate. New plate. Shkinagas. They also use nagas for saucer. You have your noggin, and then your nagas, which they use for cup and saucer. Your saucer, they use that for nagas also, or they do nagas. Okay, so that's an example with as. I'm going to pick another ending. Another ending is ons. Ons. Somebody has a son by this name. Mokons. No, Randy.
We go Eshbiga de Gashwigo, we got Snakajgasi Makons. Cons, Pane, Gibish Kajgaza.
This is a short form of saying makons, cons.
Odawa.
Wow.
Odawa. That's
Odawa. Okay. That's my language. He says Odawa. The Ojibwe say makons.
Ojibwe is makons.
Yeah, makons. And that's the knowledge of a fluent speaker. They know the difference of the tribes, where this came from and where that came from. That's a knowledgeable fluent speaker that knows the difference between where the words came from. So Potawatomi is almost the same as Odawa. I mean, Ojibwe, I think. Makons. But also makons means little box. This word, oops, I won't put it there because you.
We say Pkakons.
Yeah.
Me go. Kokons.
Kakons. That means my little box. Kakons is just box.
Kakujia ni nawa.
Yeah.
Kakujia. Kakujia.
Yeah, Miko, I should dig an amago and kick kakujia.
Yeah, bogo.
Yeah, Mogo. Snug Menendagos. What's up, Menendagos? So I'm going to get another word here. Makons, and I'm going to say chitmos. Chitmos is a little squirrel. Chitmon is a squirrel. Chitmos is a little squirrel. So you have that diminutive ending. What am I doing? Diminutive? Yeah,
Ah,
to make
Miguel.
gotcha.
Ah, Miguel.
And you have these chitamos little squirrel. So that's basic niche sweat. Eshko second kidwinning, what are said at the end of the word to indicate that it's small. Okay, now I'm going to use this word. East. 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 This also means small. This is very rare too. You don't use it all the time. You can say, beige gold jeans. Beige gold jeans is a pony or a little horse. Beige gold jeans. That's the ending there. And I think this one's what you have to do is with beige gold G. Beige gold G is a horse. Then you just add the NS at the end. Because all diminutive, they all end with NS. They all end with NS. All end with NS. So ens, ans, ons, is, and is. Beige gold jeans. I'm going to pick another word. I'm going to use one that's written here.
Give the word what they used to call you if you were small, selling your nuggish. Nugga jeans.
Nugga jeans, little sausage. Little sausage. George was just calling me a little sausage.
Well, that's what they used to call you when you sold your blood sausage.
Yeah, they called me nugga jeans sweetness. Nugga jeans sweetness. Sausage, little sausage boy. Okay, nugga jeans. Bijik is a cow.
Huh?
INS. He said bijikis. It's a calf or a small cow. These you have to practice and practice. Any noun, any word. Somebody give me a word, an example. Jai, you wanted to speak. Give me a word. Anything.
You want to speak?
Now you want me to speak?
Yeah. Okay, I got one for you. What about a cell phone?
Cell phone.
Eh.
That would fall under ons.
Oh, right. No, isn't it a noun, person, place, or thing? Am I wrong?
Gigadobia ons.
Yeah, right there. Cell phone or little phone. Gigadobia is a telephone, but it doesn't mean telephone. It means talking wire. Because back in the day when we first saw this, it was a telegram that they did send messages with, and they used that to communicate. So we recognize this as a talking wire, and we still use that word today with the telephone. It's an old well, it's not an old word. It's a word that we had to come up with when we saw this thing. That's a new invention. So this is like a new word to us. Okay, that's ons.
What about a mouse?
That one. Wab go no jeans. Wabganoji is a mouse. You drop the H and then just add the S. Wabganoji. Wabganoji is a little mouse. Wabganoji. Okay, so those are the endings. Wabganoji, no, is, ons, as, s. Those are the endings. We go on, miss. How would you say little car? Anybody? How? Okay, I'm going to ask. Is that Fiona or Siona? Sania?
Stubbornness.
Yes. Very good. Mr. Jed, I'm going to ask you how to say. Oh, I'll give you a real easy one. Little shoe. Little shoe.
Moccasin-ness.
Moccasin-ness, yes. Moccasin. Very good. Nishin. We applaud you. I'm going to ask another person here. I'm not going to ask the judge. Bria. Is that how you say your name? Bria? How would you say little spoon? A little spoon. A teaspoon.
I don't know.
No, that's not how we say it.
Oh,
How do you say spoon?
I can't remember.
That's not how we say it. Mkwan. Mkwan is a spoon. That's your regular spoon for eating cereal, your mush, your nanabanga. But for a teaspoon is what we call mkwanes. Mkwanes. And that nest, that ending is up here. The first one, mkwanes. Mkwanes. Now, Wendy, quick question. I'm going to ask you, Wendy. Anish eshekeding na a little bed. How do you say a little bed, Wendy?
I have no idea. This is the first time I've tuned in.
Oh, that's not the way we say it.
Jai, help me.
Okay. Nabagans.
The Bogas.
Bagans, yeah, bagans, little bed. Nabagan is a bed. Nabagan is a bed. Nabagan. Nabagan is a bed. Nabagan.
I don't know how to say bed, Jai.
What?
Jai said, I don't know how to say bed.
Oh, I'll believe that. I'll believe that only for today.
He doesn't have a bed.
Yeah, pretty young lady like that doesn't have a bargain. Something wrong with that. Just
Marla.
how it is. Just kidding.
Marla.
Sorry. I'm bad. I'm Gibadis. Gibadis bad. Not bad, but kind of like awful, like he's terrible. Or like no, not even that. Gibadis is just bad. Nasty. He's Gibadis. Okay. Next one I'm going to ask here is Katharina. How would you say? I have to use item. Pabuin. How would you say little? This is a chair, Pabuin. You knew that, right? Right. Okay. Now, Pabuin, how would you say little chair?
Cabernet.
Pabuinese. What's the matter with you? Look up here. We said over here. Where is it? Oh, anyways, no, you're wrong. This is how we would say it. Pabuins. We drop the IN and put a os, just like dopoins, pabuins. There's not too many words with that, like how we use those endings. Pabuins, you have to really, when you go into the language, you have to really practice these things. You got to get familiarized with them. So
What would it be for animus?
Animush? This is easy. Animus, a little dog or a puppy. Animus, dog or a puppy.
I say
Namus.
chance.
Nimshans is another word.
Yeah, Nimshans. Yeah, Namus.
Nimshans is another one of the older language. Nimshans.
Namuka jeans.
Namuka jeans and Namuka jeans. And Namuka jeans. A little dog or a little puppy. Yeah. Namuka jeans. Yeah. So there's another ending there, jeans. And there's another ending there, nimshens. We use 3 endings to describe a little dog. But these could be from different tribes, Anishinaabe, Odawa, Ojibwe, or Potawatomi. You have to really listen to those. Now how? Okay, I'm going to use what we call, you want to find out where something is? Where is the, no, put the salt on the table. I want to say, put the salt on the table. Put the salt on the table. We would say, Ton Sie Tagen Dopwinning. This is a locative term, and they all end with ng. They all end with ng. With ng. Dopwinning. There's the first one. Dopwinning. ing is one of the endings. ing. Dopwinning. Or you can say in the cupboard. Taswinning. Taswin is a cupboard. Or you can say wigwaming in the house. Wigwaming. Abish nimus. Wigwaming. Abish nimshes. Wigwaming. Abish anamokajis. Wigwaming. In the house. Wigwaming. So that's one ending. Ong is another ending. I'm going to use Odenang is the word for town. Odenang. But it actually means, the real meaning is place of hearts. Odenang. Ode is a heart. Nang is an area, a place. So place of hearts, Odenang. That's what that word really means. Because when we're teaching, to me, it's very important that if you know the actual meaning of the word, you tell that student, tell that learner that meaning of that word, why we use it. But in English, we don't say place of hearts, they use the word town, because that's how the English people say that. And we recognize it as place of many hearts, Udenang. So that's the importance of our language. We're very descriptive people. Like, never let anyone know that you're mudia. Don't let anybody know that you're mudia. Be very professional. Now, okay. Okay, that's ing. Okay, another. Wa. Wa means, huh? What?
How do you say small town?
Odenas. Also, a community is a odenas, a community, odenas. Odenasing is in the little community, or in the community. Kche Odena, Kche is a city. Kche Odena is a city. Actually, this is wrong. That should be Odena only. Odena, place of hearts. Odenang is at the place of hearts.
So how would you say small heart?
How come you want to ask me all these tough questions?
Because, well, we're here, right?
I wish I was fluent so I can help you.
Oh yeah, no. Why we have you?
A dance. Oh, what's it? I did that wrong. A dance. That's something different. That's something else. A dance. A little hard. A dance. S makes it diminutive. It's a diminutive ending. A little hard.
Ade, not Ode.
You can say a dance, or a dance. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Now, oh boy. Eng. I want to do something before I want to put all these together to make a word. Eng is another locative word, which would say shkodeng.
Mm.
In the fire. Shkodeh is fire, and eng is the locative where in the fire. But also, this is the word for sacred fire. They use that term, sacred fire, shkodeng, sacred fire. But if it's just a daily conversation, oh, shkodeng tun, put it in the fire. Magana, people would say, some people would say, gitchitwa shkodeh, which means a very special fire. But that's a new way of saying shkodeng. That's a new way. This is the original way of saying it. The old and the new. Gitchitwa shkodeh. Okay. I'm going to use my reservation for this word. I'm going to use my reservation for this word. And I'm going to say my reservation the way
Inajde.
we kwe amekung. We kwe yak. That first word there, we kwe yak is how we say bay or around the water, the roundness of the water. Like it's in an area and it's round. Bay amekung. Bay of the Beaver. We kwa amekung. But now we say we kwemkung. They say that. That's we kwemkung. That's the old. Now they say we kwemkung. You'll hear say that. Or I've heard somebody say, we kwem. I heard somebody say that. But that's what our reservation means, Bay of the Beaver. We kwa amekung. That's the old way of saying that, the original way. But it's changed over the years. We kwa amekung. Now, George, these people over here,
Oishke Giation Sustamana Enjishnakadek and Bay of the Beaver.
Basic niche sweat zibin. Ni win the much zibin, he's like Jupiter and Unche, Zagi, na Mr. Zagik, Gizagi, Magak, is Zagadon, non zibin. I make cook the shaggy batinok.
Say, de buena male.
De buena, our geek kitchen, Miguel on the Magani, Miguel win the Magon.
Me man the Charles said that. De buena male.
I need Charlie, Aishna. Look, I'm sorry, Charlie. Charles. Judge, good luck. These people right here.
What
Mr.
is good?
Mississauga. Migunduk. That's Kathy Jameson, Jai, Jed,
Apta.
Jolene.
Me,
Don't be shy. If you're Opta,
Yeah.
you're Opta.
You could stay with me.
Don't be sorry for that. Just kidding. Mitzagik. Mitzagik. Migunduk e aujik.
Oh,
Windy Gega. Windy Mississauga. Migunduk. Mi Anishna Kajga with the now Toronto showing Udenatek, Mississauga.
The
Mississauga.
Nodway.
Mi Anishna Kadekwe. Toronto, again, Toronto's a Haudenosaunee name. I think it means place of the woods or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it means in the Mohawk language. That's what I've been told, anyways. I agree with Marco. Okay, I'm gonna put these words together. I'm going to use a diminutive. I'm going to use something that is soft. First, let's use the word, because we did this one. Wigwam. Wigwam. It's a house. Now I want to say wigwames. Wigwames. Little house. Now I want to say wigwames sing. Wigwames sing. Wigwames sing in the little house. So this is the noun. That's the noun word. And then this is a diminutive. Diminutive. And this is the location. So my word altogether is going to be one noun. We go missing. It's the one word now. We go missing. So the noun, the diminutive, and the location. Ado. Ado kida. Charles. Ardo. Ka. Ardo. Okay. Naha. We got. I'm gonna have Randy give you guys. So this is Anishinaabe right here. All of this are endings. All these endings. What do you call in the English world a suffix? A suffix. Not a hot dog. Suffix. Hot dog. Kida. Hot dog. Kida. Hot dog, she's my baby. Oh yeah, hot dog. That's I think there's a song like that. Hot dog. Yeah. Now how? Quite about you, but Randy, go about the.
When you get back to me.
Oh.
Ziegbak the Kaning Mabagasheb Kebasha, Gda Nagden Man Maba Oshe, Epicinanek, Do Kezim Yikeda, Don Nim, Ganagden Mangi Kitish, Megordish, the Kendan and Kamagakshanda, Kina Manja doing. Nine. Malay Wimbochan Kida. Minash Nam.
Honey Charles, honey. Honey.
Say honey Malay.
Honey Charles. Let's check it on big. Honey, kida. Kida.
Kuni Sunday? Misa and Kamagak. Mirisha Geni na need batala benanga mandala Zhaabwiitoo'daa lagi gine nanga manda na chak zoin maybe demagok guy na ganandan jacket manda oshmego nanen good megi shigi even gashkaok skini shakanan national kanak kok pio gandak we bonik what Nakwewin. Nash Skitona, we go, Galan go, Shasha up the bun. Bunikala, Nash Kidok. Abjugun snugget Nebu Deos, Kidok Gamamda, Udenang, Jum Bochogwal, Nichkeg, Mage, Jabagish Nijgamba. Minash na Gaimamda, we bow the tonge and the Udenasing, Gaimamda, we bomb watch and the Nadish Napneogandak, Shaganash is no cutting, depression. Mirish Geni na Geshabgosten Mamba. Next week, na P na Gego with the Bataman. We should systema again, Gegi Econom again. I get toy, win watch a ding, Manda na Oxwin a pitch at them, Gokshenda. Anish Gegi na Gesha Skazim, but Kidwinan Jup come in. We can no more and the absent church.
Ah, no, just go.
Bang with Bataming this way, Gegi, Nagagomandish tam Bugumska, Songe, the Oxo, and Josh go Gegi there. Keep me got na. When is Gastigi English, go when is Gastigi Atko. Misha, where a watchman now win domdaman. She get take kidwin, got there go. We none wedding. Minashi none doing. Oxygen. Miwe.
No. Go to Randy said next week I should try to talk about the disease that's going on, the sickness that's going on in the language, and to see many of the old words that are used back in the day. This is not our first battle with illness. We've had lots of battles with illnesses, and then our ancestors knew how to not cure, but take care of them, manage them, and that's the medicines that we would naturally take during the course of the year. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to make I used to make cedar tea every year and bottle it and then keep it for the winter. And I would drink that all winter, all the time. Yeah, I used to do that all the time. I haven't done that, but then again, I haven't gotten sick in a long time. Knock on mythic. See, I just did an untraditional sing. Every time we would hear this, that means someone is coming. And there was a messenger that would do that. And that messenger was Papa San. Papa San was a messenger. He would inform Nanamojo of people coming. And the other messenger was Papa San. Oh, Gwingwish, a blue jay. A blue jay, when you hear him squawking, he's loud. He was also a messenger. He would also say that people are here, people are coming to your area. So those are our two messengers in part of our stories. Papa San, that's the red-headed woodpecker, Chipaneshi, Chipapa San, the big one. Gwingwish, the blue jay was the other one. Those were our messengers. Like when I said before, we used to communicate with the animals, and an animal has a certain job that it has to do. And I really like that story. Randy took the time to talk about his gusha, his mom, his nokmis, his grandmother, Minashkakamikwe, and the medicine plant woman. Those are three very important women in our lives. Very important. They always took care of us. They always made things for us to be well, to live in wellness. Our mother, our grandmother, and our medicine plant woman. They're all women. They're continuously working. Me were Anishinaabe Agzuin, that's Anishinaabe culture. Me were Anishinaabe Gashim Memadzua, that's how they used to live. Nongogai Apatish Repsanoy, today that hardly happens. You sprint this even if they try it. Guy, we Anishinaabe still, they don't say it in the Anishinaabe language. Jaganashimo, in the English language, they say it. Ginbo Chanaga Nichke and go. I visit my friend about that today. Medewin Lodge.
Go back. Ever since they brought out the nursing homes, that's where they sent those grandmothers to, or the grandfathers.
Ah,
Ever since they brought out that, ever since they brought out the nursing homes, elderly homes, that's where the family started sending the grandmothers and the grandfathers. When at one time, the grandmother and the grandfather was always in one house, in one dwelling.
yeah.
Because all that old language was always used with the grandmother and the grandfather, great grandmother too,
Yeah.
great grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. When they separated the grandparents from their original homes, their original dwellings, and putting in nursing homes, a lot of the old ways of talking and conversing with each other in the language, that was gone. They took that away. That started to go away when they were put in nursing homes. Nursing homes. I mean, I remember my grandparents didn't even stay in a nursing home. They always were at home, and they were always shkitamasawok. They were able to help themselves for a long, long time. Uh, yeah, we lived a good life back then. In the beginning of our lives, we lived a good life, and then we were brought to school. We were brought to school. I always tell the kids, when I was young, like you, I knew everything. I knew all this electricity, all the numbers, all the colors, and all that. I knew that in the language. The only thing is, I didn't know it in English. And we were sent to school to learn what we knew already, but only in a different language. And did we ever get heck for trying to learn something in a different language? Oh, my bologna sandwich. Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. So we were all in the same Gmon. Randy, Josh, Nin, we were all in the same Gmon. When we went to school, we were all in the same boat. We didn't speak English. We only spoke the Anishinaabe language. I never knew in my days of living the reserve that I would ever become a native Anishinaabe language teacher instructor. I've always worked in factories when I first came to Toronto. And then like my story is Nikki was our messenger from the past. She was my great grandmother, Victoria Shauna. That's who came to visit us. This is the story my father told me, why she was born. And she was the one that was supposed to bring me back to being Anishinaabe again. And she did. She brought me back to being Anishinaabe again. She made me speak Anishinaabe again and everything. When Nikki was small, like Charles, she understood Anishinaabe because I only spoke Anishinaabe to her all the time. So, and then she went to school. She learned more English. Then the Anishinaabe just faded away. But now, Nikki is a native language teacher, going to be a native language teacher, which is awesome. So she's on her second midterm practicum at school now. She's teaching the classes at school. Awesome. Things like that you like to see. Things like that you like to see your own people come back to the reserve and truthfully help the people, not because they're getting funding by the government, because in their hearts they want to help the people. In their hearts they want to learn also. That is very good thing. And there's Jai, Catherine, Caitlin, and a few more people on that res that are very serious about their culture. It's nice to see. Nishin.
I wanted to bring out this book. This book was collaborated and with a number of special people. It comes from Nipissing First Nation. It talked about the day of government agents coming to knock on their door. to take this woman and her two brothers away to live in a residential school. And Irene's parents didn't want to send their children away, but they were given no choice and they were taken away. And this book is called I Am Not a Number. And it talks about the residential school days, and it has illustrations, and this book can be read by all of you. It's written in English on one side and Anishinaabemowin on the other side, along with pictures on each page. I'm gonna share the link to this book with those people that are on my list of friends. And then those that are not on my list of friends, I will share the link with Male, and perhaps Male will share that with those that are not on my list. But I was just sent 5 different new books in the Anishinaabe country. All are written in Anishinaabemowin with a short translation in English. So a lot of these books are coming out where stories are being translated, and more movies are coming out. I just finished watching a series called Corner. It was filmed in Toronto, and I like the part there in season 2. Halfways, they speak in Anishinaabemowin. The secretary is talking to a young man, and it's all in Anishinaabemowin, and it's translated in captions in English, what they're saying, and it's perfect. You know, all the words are perfect. I don't know personally the actors, they're Anishinaabe, but I was very impressed by these actors and how they spoke very well in Anishinaabemowin. So these books, like I just got this in the Amazon, just dropped these off today, and I opened the package and went through them real fast, and they're very, very good books. So I will share some of these books that were in here, and you guys can find a way and how to obtain these books. They're very good. Maybe you could start learning also if you're unable to live in a lifestyle like me, where I am full immersion. If you're unable to live that lifestyle, and if you're living like Male, where he's always writing it consistently and he's speaking it when he's teaching it. So maybe if you wrote your own stories in English and translate them, and then that way it's programmed in your brain and into your heart, and you will be able to speak fluently in Anishinaabemowin in less than what, 2 years, Male?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I've been teaching some of these guys for 20 years now,
Oh my gosh.
and all they know how to say is "Sego."
Oh my baloney sandwich.
Technically, there was a break. 10 years.
Technically, this kid there. Or were you mimicking a crow?
Crow.
On deck.
Yeah.
On deck.
When is she judge? When is she gigi? Nah, before we close, when is she gigi Edming na niche beneshi gakapshi minash gayash.
Kakapshi so raven.
How?
Gayashki na seagull.
How? Kinondam na Male.
Kakapshin. Raven. The kukuli gina namo. Vesikni kya kukuli. Kaina.
Kukuli na anengesh na kanan kukuli na whippoorwill.
Gin boboni no kukuli Male.
Mino na kukuli mino wawo na migo na sa.
Miguna subgate.
Wawone.
Wawo na mino kukuli. Whippoorwill is the same thing.
Anishinaabemowin is in a Pachikonomagia edict. Gaya bunga de woodsi neshibiga dekman pi. Man, the Zinagaya Bachukazia, the Spinagego Kenzia. Kakap sheep. Kakap sheep.
Manda kana cousin. Male. Manda kana cousin. Keen kabagnosh. Magen George Kagnona. One she mande kidang kakitash.
Mia.
Me, gosh, kashnat kamagasi knomage.
Me no man shibiga dick. Dugin dan and Pia shibiga dick.
Ekonijing mage ekot sing nina kandom dan. When she manda yabe and gwego yabe ge gunja take ba eshikidung ba manda kanendam.
Ponegon den dom dane. Manda whippoorwill. Kukuli. Wawone.
Yeah, no.
Me shibiga dick one pi.
Yeah.
Me shgena. Pitchin. Me pitchin. Me. Me, pigeon.
They also call it a dove.
A dove.
Dove gogi beshgonong.
Beshgonang mego pigeon minon dove na. Beshgoganda. Yeah.
Jagi. Didn't you want mana jagi? Jagi, snakazana, beneshi. Mud hen. Kchizitan danage. Kchizitan.
Gamma, but you go the weekend ponga. Now, Sinikia.
Zagi, snakaza.
We can Gamma,
Kawika no masi.
Dumplings geni ishikazo gecko.
Dumplings.
Shush,
Madish.
Joshka Joalak.
Yeah. You know what those dumplings are called, eh? When we call dumplings, they're called shushkjoanak. You know what the actual meaning is?
Ka.
Sliders, because they slide down your throat.
Zoshijoanak. Mabadish, onish mababeneshi. Ga kashkaneji. Ga kaskaneji. Now I wouldn't know it.
You are not chickadee.
Chickadee. Gosh, kaganeji.
Yeah, chickadee.
At the Gadbatala Bungo Ding and Musgai ba. Udina Bash Jane Thomas Bake. Chimam to walk ego the na Estakadek then go Wikong wilderness area, Estakadmot. Chimam to walk. Mishmabu Musgai Gooding. Get about them. Kenogani Kanegi out, Gachim Navu na whippy. As long yon and them, Kedoxa, Kedasam our Kazina. I think yon and them. Chess cano go give a mushka and giga each must there go and geek and dance go mushka manda. Obdexco will she yakeda. You keji shik the Shimigo is Nizak the nan where keda. Me go dog with the shin so shaber shigivo voniat. Kike dan the rockidot kiddish. When I got kidded, kiddish of a shigny calling. Should he cheek? Dog ever the she.
Ga kapane she is the Oh, that was really funny, you guys. Nah, I'm gonna say Miigwech Randy, Miigwech Josh, and my brother
Okay,
Josh, he's there too. I don't know if you might have left. Miigwech the name must say thank you to you guys. But then I got no the Ming Anishinaabemowin mat uya. It's always fun to hear someone speak Anishinaabe. Nishin no the mot on the kwe, and it's good for them to hear it. Tell me got to go Anishinaabemowin. It's
Kiba this
language.
Kidan Jai. Jai, Kida Giba this Kida.
Nin giba this. Me, I am terrible. I am nasty. I shouldn't speak sometimes, right, Jai?
No, that's what I'm calling you from now on.
Gibach?
Call it Gibajin.
Gibach.
Budget.
Giba Jen.
So just while everybody's still on screen there, Jai King Green. I don't know who are the I don't know, what do you call that, your secretaries and the people that work for you.
Oh, I work for people.
I don't know, are you still considering a trip up north to in the what, before classes are over?
I want to, but I don't know yet. It's gonna end up coming back to whatever the organization decides to do, if we can travel at that time, if we can't. So it's kind of up in the air because I think we're closed until April 26th, like not in person. So it'll all depend really. I don't know yet. Geekendanzi? I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah.
double check.
Because if it doesn't happen before summer, then I'm fingers crossed for like fall into the winter. Yeah.
Josh, he still wears those reservation glasses.
Yeah, the one from DIA office.
80s band counselor office.
I used to wear those kind of. Then my son needed glasses. I told him, you should get the kind of glasses I got. And I got great big res glasses like this, eh? The big plastic frame ones, big ones like that. That's the kind of glasses I used to wear. He looks at me, I don't want no school bus glasses, he says. School bus window glasses, he says. It was funny. It was funny.
Na chimigwech, Kathy, Ibsen Meek, Jai, chimigwech, Minan, Kinuga Gabson Chet, chimigwech and Min, Epichip Kadekian Nongwa, Kinoga Kapkwan Minim, Kamigwech and Minim Gokina, Gabja Bugusen Dalgomanda, Enak Maxine, Megwa, we abja bedek. Kenan we can omading manda annoying Minash nam ich bin znagzik gaton go mandation then go opening ich bin znagden meek we Anishinaabemowin meek Maban Judge Trido Ganonik Dam ta Maba Pane Malengi Kendan go na pigo geni gwejig no na gash yasi kanoma ge mego abju kanoma ge Josh go bagning Maba vegi shik mongs.
Good work.
Ha chwigwech good together.
Come up when we go get back. Randy, Miguel.
Mino babaya no de me ein bim to go ke minosh gai nishnabe anamasi migoechke anishnabe
Migoechke
dun babaya ein bim to go ke kom dun kan go etek atain kin mabaya ein mino gadin dain kwe pi de beskain.
What?
Giate se male.
Giate sena. Giate benego.
Gdab jate sego.
Da bajate se.
Abishkan jai.
Mabuna nichke na other than na Facebook ke.
Gdodad menen.
Krugo. Ani kedan.
Ani kedan.
Pama pi kedan Teresa.
Mama B.
Tenes, mabuna. Pama pi miigwech.
Nice to see you, Randy.
Na miigwech tenes pama. Bye, Kathy.
Yeah.
Come on, P. Meanwhile, go up, man. See everybody.
Nah, go up, man.
Yep. Later.
I'll see you guys later. Go up, man.
Wabminim.